Students, we are discussing about the 8th unit, that is production of food from plants. In last class we discussed about cultivation of paddy. So this paddy was started in earlier years in BC, 9000 BC and 8000 BC. And we discussed the production of crops under cultivation of land and the production for hectares. When we compared India, China and Japan, in Japan the high production we can see around 6000, above 6000 kg for hectare. So in today's class we are going to enter the agricultural task. What is the agricultural task? Is it task or not? Yes, it's not an easy job. Agriculture is not an easy job. There are so many steps is there. We have to follow the steps. We have to wait. We have to wait for months to get the production. There are some steps is there, like agriculture task from sowing to storing. Around there are 7 stages is there to get the crops, to store the crops. Until you follow through the steps, we cannot get the crops production. So many crops they have the cultivation is same in many crops, but in some crops we need a special observations. We need some special methods for the particular cultivation of the crop. So what are the special methods? They are like, the first one is preparing the soil. The first one is preparing the soil. Inside it, you have to write agricultural task. Agricultural task, sowing to storing. From sowing to storing. The first one is start from preparing the soil. Before going to sow the seed in the soil, we have to prepare the soil. That's very, very important. And the first step and the first task in the agriculture, preparing the soil. Until we prepare the soil, we cannot sow the seed into the soil. If we sow the seed into the soil, we cannot get crops. Then the second one is sowing of seeds. Second one is sowing of seeds. So after preparing the soil, we have to sow the seeds into the soil. Then we have to apply the manure. Applying the manure is required, because to growing of seeds, to germination of seeds, the required manures. To get good quality of seeds, good quality of production, applying of manure should be there. Then the fourth one is facilitate of water. It's called as irrigation. Once the preparation of soil is over, then you have to sow the seeds, then you have to apply the manure, then irrigation. Facilitate of water. So for growing of crop, for the preparation of food materials, for the process of photosynthesis, the required water. Plenty of water is required for the crops production. Irrigation. Different types of methods of irrigation is there. Then After irrigations, what happens? Along with the crops, there are unwanted plants will also grow along with the crops. So, farmer has to pluck the unwanted plants growing along with the crops. They are called as weeding. To remove the unwanted plants from the crop is called as weeding. I think in farmers in the villages, they will go to remove the weedings. I think they will pay 300 per day, 400, 500 per day to remove the weeds from the crops. So these weeds will grow, nobody will sow them, but they will grow. The seeds, the beads will present in the soil. After weeding, then we have to go for the crop harvesting. Crop harvesting. After crop harvesting, then we have to store up the storage of the grain. These are the steps, special methods to cultivate the paddy crops, whatever may be crops. We have to follow these steps. These are very, very important to all farmers. They will follow these steps or the special methods. If they fail in one steps or in one method, they will not get good production. And the production will be decreased. In growing of 1 hectare, if we get production 2000 kg per hectare, if there is irrigation, instead of getting 2000 kg production from hectare, it will decrease to 15, 10 or 5. There are so many reasons is there when they are not follow the steps or methods. The first one is preparing the soil. Preparing the soils. How farmers will prepare? When farmers will prepare the soils, what are the types of preparing of soils? What is the advantages of preparing the soils? What is the disadvantages of if the soil is not prepared? Can we sow the seed into the soil or not? There are so many explanations there about the preparation of the soil. In preparation of the soil, the first one you can see plugging. So preparing soils, in the A you can see plugging and applying manure. Applying plugging and applying. Plugging. What is this plug? Plow. You can call plug or plug, plowing. And the second one, leveling the soil. Leveling the soil. Today we will discuss about the first one is preparing the soil. Sowing is reflex, applying manures, there are different types of manures is there, irrigations are there. So what is plugging? Can you open your textbook page number 120? See, there are some diagrams we can see in our textbook. Page number 120, we can see some diagrams. So there are different types of flaws is there. One is it's made up of with a wooden flaw. Another one is made up with iron flaw. In olden days, nowadays also people they are using a wooden flaw. It's pulled by two bullock carts. How this instrument is made, I will draw a simple diagram like this. So this instrument is a plough. It's prepared by a wooden plough. In the corner of this wooden plough, we can see an iron. You can see the corner. It's like a L shaped, and in the corner we can see a T shaped structure of this wooden plough. In the corner we can see iron plate. This iron plates, and there are two sticks. They are connected to the another wood. Will keep on the two bullock carts on their neck. I think you saw already. You have been seeing that how the bullock carts will carry this ploughing prepared by the wooden ploughs. We can see the structure. So it's T-shaped structure, and L will penetrate into the soil. The wooden plate is there in the corner. It's connected to the two sticks, and they will put on the two bullock carts on their neck, and they will tie the rope also, the thread also to their necks. What happens? See, the farmers will stand here. See in your picture also, the farmers will stand here. They will hold this T-shaped structure wooden plough. So this will be penetrated into the soil through this iron plate, can easily penetrate, and these bullock carts will move from one place to the another place. When the bullock carts is moving, so through this plate, the wooden ploughs, it will penetrate into the soil. What happens? It will make holes. It will make holes. It will remove the soil particles, and it will easily penetrate into the soil. Like this, they will plough the soil to the entire fields. It is 1 acre or 2 acres. How many acres maybe? They will plough the soils. Ploughing is the very essential before sowing the seeds, because when the soil is ploughing, the water holding capacity will increase. The first one. When the soil is ploughed, the water holding capacity will be increased. The aerosity will be increased. The aerosity will be increased. The holes will be present. The air can easily enter into the roots. Erosions of the air. That is different. Erosion of soil erosion is different. Porosity will increase. And if any harmful microorganisms is there, they will destroy in the presence of sunlight. They will destroy in the presence of sunlight. After ploughing, and they have to level the soil. They will apply some manure also. Before sowing the seed also, they will have vermicompost is there in the villages, pure manures. Pure manure they will prepare with the animal dungs, waste grass, all the waste vegetables, they will put it in the dung, in the small pit. 1 year they will take that manure and they will throw it in the soils. It's very useful for the crops. And after ploughing, this ploughing has to level the soil. It has to level the soil. Another instrument is there to level the soil. There's a large wooden plate is there, which one attached to the another iron plates. Iron plates. So these are very sharp iron plates. Is fixed into the wooden in the woods. It's attached to the 2 sticks, and again will keep on the bullock carts on the necks. The farmers will stand on this plates, wooden plates. This plate, the one who have a very sharp, will penetrate into the soil. To this one will be level the soil. To level the soil. Because when farmers sowing the seeds, the soil should be a very level, it should be equal. There should be no up and down. then only the seeds can easily enter into the soil, so they will germinate easily. These are the two instruments to use: plowing the soil and leveling the soil. These are made by man-made. There are some iron flowing also is there. Nowadays we can see there are tractors is there. Even in 1 hour, the how acres of plants, 2 acres of 10 acres of lands will be flowing by this easily by tractors. There are so many instruments nowadays. We are going to see so many instruments. But in the olden days, in present, in villages also, we can see, but very rare. Within fraction of hours, they are going to level the soil, they are going to level the flowing the soils. These are the preparation of the soils. Okay. Today we discuss how agricultural tasks showing to storing. So there are 7 tasks is there, special methods. The first one is preparing the soil, then sowing the seeds, applying of manure, irrigations, weeding, crop harvesting, storage of grains. Today homework, you have to write this all 7 tasks or 7 methods, and you have to explain the first one, preparing the soil. Explain what is plowing and applying manures, plowing and leveling the soil. Look at your textbook, just you have to read and write about this information. 7 special methods, only one, that is preparing the soil. So sowing of seeds is a different, we will discuss in next class. Okay, thank you students.